Oh. Chapter 3, Forbidden Fruit. Oh. My dreams led me to a secret laboratory, and I learned something important about the virus. The Ark is fully refueled. I got all the supplies that I need. An M16 and a tactical shotgun, because I'm not really sure what I'm gonna face back in that secret lab. I even took the protective case and put some food in it, because maybe it's going to stop the radiation from actually impacting the food. Just a thought that I had. And I am just about ready to go. It's gonna be a long way through the forests, but we're going to the secret lab, guys. Oh, I cannot wait. One thing I have to mention is that I kind of gotten used to driving in these conditions. It's much easier when I have the light off, so I don't have so much brightness contrast. But still, watching the edge of the road, so just keeping your eyes on this border between the asphalt and the grass helps to understand your position on the road and like if there are any turns expected. So I'm actually getting better at this. And I am past the Rosewood Road and now going into rural outskirts of Rosewood, and later on to the forest paths, which will take me all the way to the Military Research Center. I'll report back once I get there. Now this is where the fun part begins. The path through the forests. Oh, it's gonna be incredibly hard in these conditions. Can barely see it actually. Well, nobody said it's gonna be easy, and yeah, have to be mindful of the rocks. I really have to drive slow now. No points of interest along the way, so there wasn't anything that made me stop. I'm just heading straight for the base. Well, I made it to the edge of the asphalt, so I'm through the forest. It wasn't as difficult as I thought, but it was very easy to lose the path in these conditions. And mask, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I can see zombies. I haven't killed zombies in a while. I was so focused on progressing with the story, I didn't really have many encounters with them. But I am expecting this area to have some. Question is if it's gonna be only zombies or also something else. I mean, the obvious thing that comes to my mind is some sort of military installation with still scientists or soldiers. We will see. I gotta get through this short road that leads up to the facility. There is a parking area that in the normal game it's just crawling with zombies, so wondering if it's gonna be the same here. Okay. Well, I do have plenty of weapons, so I'm not really worried about fighting zombies. The thing is, I don't want to get myself involved in unnecessary fighting. So I might have... I mean, I could have just grabbed a shotgun and start blasting, but I don't want to make too much noise. Alright, we're inside the compound. Now to the parking area. Oh, the game is starting to lag. That means it's probably gonna be a lot of zombies there. look at this. Zombies. But these are like soldiers. I should probably make a backup of my save before I start storming this building, right? I wouldn't want to... Oh, a compass. Nice. I wouldn't want to be forced to drive all the way here again. Such a waste of time. I'll get rid of these zombies and I'm gonna back up my save before I continue. Okay. The save is backed up. Worst case, I'm just gonna start over from here. I want to scout out on foot before I drive up to this area. Okay, so far it doesn't look so bad, but normally they just pour from the facility in pretty insane numbers. And the facility itself, it's just a huge multi-story building which goes down into the basement. There are multiple ground floors, a cave system at the very bottom of it. I don't know what to expect. A key to something. Well, I'm taking it. I'd be stupid not to. Okay, this is it. Why is there no point of interest? Marker. US Army property. Oh, that just sent shivers down my spine, and I'm not even joking, guys. Okay. I'm so anxious. Okay, let's go. All right. Now, I've only been here once. Oh, wow, look at this. They look like some sort of scientists. Oh, this is scary. Oh, Chapter 3, Forbidden Fruit. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, I'm so happy. I don't think this is gonna be easy. The game is lagging so much. That means clearly there has to be just tens of them down there. I barely reached the staircase. I actually didn't notice that my quest got updated. Investigate the secret lab. Search the lab for clues and gather any important information. So I will probably have to go through multiple floors in order to collect all the necessary details about whatever was in this lab. Holy shit, I cornered myself. Eek, that was close. That was too close. This is really stupid what I'm doing. I think this was the general's office. If there was something of interest, it would have been on this floor. It would probably be here. Slept for 4 hours in the car, managed to recover and remove all the negative murals. I think I am ready to go to the first underground floor. Oh, this looks much better. Ooh, I gotta go get my sledgehammer. So deep underground. Code red. Yeah, I wanna... Okay, I can't break the door for some reason. Holy shit! This is bad. I don't know what to do now. No!
Not a great plan.
So this is the 4th attempt. I'm trying to do it without cheating, you know. So no debug, no nothing. But this is just so annoying. Yeah, so there's already 2 of them. I can't break this. Alright, finally. Jesus, so annoying. Now, something tells me I will have to really sweat a lot. To get inside, because, man, I'm sure there's gonna be hundreds. Jesus, it's lagging, guys. I kept on fighting them on the stairs, and, well, I did my best. They were starting to push me further and further up the stairs because I was just simply unable to manage with the numbers that kept on coming at me. And what I noticed later on, and it was something that I was worried about, and it actually happened, the gunshots started to draw the surface zombies into the staircase. I had a couple of really close calls on those stairs, but somehow, luckily, I managed to get out and got back into the car. This is gonna be a struggle. Without a doubt, this was one of, if not the most difficult thing I ever attempted in Project Zomboid. Tried for a couple of hours using different techniques, melee weapons, firearms, even fire. All I wanted was to clear as many zombies as possible to get back into those lower levels. But no matter how hard I tried, whether it was because of just an overwhelming lag or some small mistakes I was making, I just could not get it done. It was approaching midnight and I think I had enough. I'm really starting to hate this.
So here's the funny thing. Yesterday when I finished recording,
I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna give it one last try. And I actually made it downstairs, and it turns out it wasn't all that difficult. I was just tired and lost focus. So right now I've managed to reach the first level of the military installation, and we are about to explore it. Now I'm gonna spare you guys all the fighting, because otherwise this episode would be 2 hours long. But I found this science team contact list. Okay, it's just a list of names. Any familiar places? Or just Muldrow? Okay, nothing else. Did it give me some progress? It did, 14%. Okay, so it seems that there's gonna be like 7 things to find. Yeah, 7 or 8. 7. Lab letter. Those slimy Spetsops fucks have abandoned the lab, all of them, our security details gone. I can still hear screaming down below. I don't know if McGrew's men managed to get the command codes into the launch console, but I can't wait anymore. I found some explosive, and I am going to seal off the stairwell and that cursed lab for good. Nukes or no nukes, we're to high hell. If you're reading this, don't come looking for me. I'm sure as hell don't go further down. There's only more of them down there. Yeah, I can definitely sense that by the amount of lag that I am getting. Okay, but that's progress. Good. Should be about 28% now. Found something more. Kowalska diary. Oh, look, so many different things. Let's read through them. Arrival at Site C-17. The cave entrance is narrower than indicated on Petrov's maps. Air temperature inside is noticeably colder than surface measurements suggest. No visible airflow. Petrov insists this is ideal preservation. He seems pleased. Pigment traces confirmed on the north wall. Iron oxide. Okay. I don't think that's relevant. September 22. But this is September. So this is months after the event. Some markings appear to have been painted over. Petrov believed this reflects ritual elaboration. I'm not convinced. It feels corrective. We were instructed not to disturb sediment below the second ledge. Official reason, structural instability. Unofficial reason, none given. I will submit a private memorandum upon return. These sites warrant caution. I cannot articulate why without sounding foolish. There is a sense here, not of danger, but of something unfinished. Okay, so I read through the whole thing, and it seems like they were doing some sort of a research related to some life form. Not necessarily a life form, but some sort of an organism, and they were not documenting it properly, like they were trying to hide something. Certain aspects of the survey sites, particularly long-term ice stability and subterranean airflow, this could be a clue, because there could have been something trapped in the ice. Especially that you got permafrost studies. No medical or biological experimentation was authorized or anticipated. This is also relevant. Surface level documentation revealed wall markings and pigment traces consistent with late Paleolithic activity. Same thing was mentioned in the diary of that lady. Let me go back to this one. Okay, so that one was just a study on like prehistoric mortuary practices. So how essentially they were burying their dead. And this is important because this is about this particular excavation site. Supplementary excavation log site C-17. No, it's actually wrong. It's the one they done in Siberia. Limited sediment removal has authorized beneath the lower pigment layer. Within the frozen sediment, researchers identified microscopic organic structures suspended in the ice. Initial assessment suggests non-plant origin and unknown classification, dormant metabolic state. This behavior differs from known bacterial or viral preservation patterns. No medical or biological experimentation was authorized or anticipated. The material was catalogued as permafrost organic residue. Whether this represents an ancient organism or a more recent intrusion cannot yet be determined. Further laboratory analysis is required. Closing note. The origin of the preservation anomaly remains unresolved. It is recommended that the geological and biological specialists be consulted before additional excavation proceeds. So essentially what we've learned from these 4 notes is there were studies done on some sort of an unusual organism type, microbial, hidden in the permafrost in Siberia, and it was this Dr. Petrov who was in charge of this research. Now, in this military facility, there are caves also, so I'm curious if I'll be able to reach them. We'll see. But this is a major milestone. I reached 85%, which implies that the only floors that have relevant items to be found, well, the only floors, it's probably only this floor. There was a mention of using explosives to blow up the staircase, which might be the reason why I am already at 85% while just searching through the first floor, which is kind of sad. I was low-key hoping I would be able to go downstairs. Then again, I still might be wrong, and the final piece of evidence might be downstairs. But here's a note. Hold on. And what is this note exactly? 7Q17. I found everything. Material and documentation secured. Original classification underestimated. Local authorities focused on geological value. Biological relevance dismissed as speculative. This allowed removal without resistance. Records were copied in full. Select annotations added for clarity. Originals remain intact to avoid detection, I guess. Sample integrity maintained throughout transfer, no degradation observed. Custody has changed. Further handling is no longer my responsibility. So they essentially took that residue from the caves and shipped it somewhere. Where, we don't know, because that person does not state it. What does the quest say, though? Doesn't say anything. I guess I gotta go back and talk to Emma. Nice. I mean, Slayer promised we will find out the source of the Knox infection, and I think we're getting there, actually. Okay, the last thing I have to check is the staircase downstairs. What's this here? Oh, it's blocked, yeah, so you're unable to go into lower levels. You cannot go into the caves. Okay, I guess we'll never find out what was in those caves. Okay, in the end it turned out to be a bit easier than I thought, because I only had to clear this first level. Gotta get back to the Ark, have to tell Emma what I found. And, you know, see what's the next step. And if it's not Emma, then maybe a dream will tell me my next steps. We will see. Driving back to the Ark, I just kept on thinking about the implications of my discoveries in the secret lab. If those organisms were trapped inside the permafrost and were released, that means we might have faced an infection unknown to mankind, something we had no immune system. I tried to connect all the dots, all those weird dreams, those weird compounds which were being pumped into subjects' blood. What were they trying to achieve? Were they thinking that these microorganisms were some sort of a miracle drug that went haywire, or was it something else? I could not get all these questions out of my head. I'm sure I'll find the answers. I just have to be patient. Emma, my dreams led me to a secret laboratory, and I learned something important about the virus.
What did you learn? Please, tell me.
The virus isn't new. Ancient texts mention rituals that could be connected to it.
Connected? How so?
The rituals weren't just symbolic, they had problems with the dead.
What kind of problems?
I found out that Soviets investigated the area where the ancient culture performed the rituals.
Interesting. What did they find?
The Soviets conducted excavations there. In the permafrost, they discovered some kind of preserved organism.
And you think that's the same organism responsible for what happened here?
I know that the Soviet research was later studied here in the lab I visited.
Did you find anything more concrete in that lab? If not, it might be worth investigating further.
I saw the documents. I have proof they brought the virus here.
Shit. I knew it. There's always a bunch of assholes who screw everything up.
I'm beginning to like her. Apparently, our government had an agent in the Soviet excavation group.
Well, that's taxpayer money at work. First the Soviets, now our own idiots.
I have a list of all the assholes who worked at the lab.
Do you think this is relevant?
One of the doctors from the lab was named Kortman. He had a clinic in Muldrow. I know
That's
Kortman
a
Clinic.
Rich prick. Interesting. I wonder if you should pay him a visit.
Guys, we're off for Kortman Medical. I know exactly where that is. That's one of the best locations in Muldrow to set up a base. I like what you did here, Slayer. You're sending us to some really iconic places in all of Knox County. Well then, Muldrow it is. I decided to check on the comfrey and look at this. Almost ready to harvest. They sped up the growing process. Ooh. That might mean that once I'm back from Muldrow, the plant will be ready to harvest. Yo, so many cool things ahead of me. I cannot wait. Okay, but like I said, first I gotta go to sleep and see what my dreams will tell me this time. What a roller coaster of an episode, from extreme frustration to nearly ecstatic at the very end. I loved it. I hope you did too. If you made it this far, thank you. Please drop a like and leave a comment under the video. It always helps with getting the content to more viewers. Before we go, a regular shout out to all the channel members. Guys, your support is greatly appreciated. You keep me going. Thank you so much. If you want to hang out, the link to my Discord is in the description of this video. Hop on and let's chat there. For today, that's everything, guys. And as always, I'm Gertrix. Cheers.